Brentford 3, Manchester United 1. Oh, guys. Last season, I think I may have mentioned this on the channel. Last season, the apathy for the club really began against West Ham when Man United were getting Olayed. At that point, I started to think, there's more to life than this team. But today, everything just got reset. I'm not even mad. Well, I am. I'm not even that sad. I'm just confused. Because this isn't Brentford led by Mbumo, Ivan Toney, or Johan Wissa. No, guys, it's Brentford led by Kevin Schade. I think Kevin Schade is a good player. That's no disrespect on Kevin Schade. But really, not even Thomas Frank, guys. It's Keith Andrews. Keith Andrews has managed exactly 0 games before the season. He was an assistant at MK Dons, an assistant at, let's see, what else was it? Ireland U21, Sheffield, and then Brentford last season. I mean, no disrespect to anyone's career path as a manager, but you gotta be thinking to yourself, this isn't an elite trek. You know what I mean? Like, the teams I just mentioned, we're not talking about the top 5 best teams on earth, guys. And this guy, an assistant for all of them, this comes to Brentford as a manager and is popping United around the pitch. And it's just the same stuff in a different video. You can go and watch my Chelsea video, and if you just add a soundbite and it just says Brentford, you're getting the same exact content, guys. I'll be honest with you at this point. Because for the first 8 minutes, United actually played pretty well. We picked up the ball, and I saw Brian Mbumo move into the midfield. I saw Diogo Dalot move into the midfield. So at that point, it wasn't just the usual Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte just bobbling the ball back and forth. There were actually players moving into the midfield, opening themselves up for runs, opening themselves up for, 1-2s. And I mentioned this against Chelsea, that United didn't score more because they were ending attacks before they even began. For the first 8 minutes, I know I'm really nitpicking times here, United actually did a fantastic job of moving with the situation. The ball goes to Mbumo, and then you make a run off of that. Don't just send it forward and then hope, like they've done so much this season. It was actually real movement and real structure. And fool me once, man. I mean, how many times have I thought for the first 10 minutes United looked like the best team on earth, and then stuff just falls apart? Sure enough, Harry Maguire loses Igor Thiago on an offsides, or nearly offsides. Thiago against Man United, I mean, how many other times is Igor Thiago going to strike a ball like that where he just drives it with the spin on the ball? I don't know, man. Only against Man United. It really does feel like that. Anyway, Brentford go up 1-0. What was it, 12 minutes later? The ball gets fizzed into the box. Altay Bayindir parries it out to Igor Thiago. It goes 2-0. For half the game at this point, United were the better team, debatably even more than half the game, and yet they were down 2-0. Make it make sense. And then, 26th minute, United get a goal. I think it's Manuel Ugarte who delivers a dreadful pass that Patrick Dorgu somehow, gets control of. Dorgu then puts in a pretty rough cross, but good considering the circumstances, over the top to Kelleher, but because Brian Mbumo's there, Kelleher loses all control of the ball. It ends up falling to Benjamin Sesko, and not on the first attempt or the second attempt, but on the third attempt, Sesko puts United back into the game. It's 2-1. At that point, stop. Just turn off the video. Turn off the game. Go to bed. Go back to sleep. Start your day. Do whatever you're doing, because it doesn't even matter from that point on. Because, guys, the rest of the first half, I can't even pick out another memorable moment. I can't. And in the second half, this is what you saw. You saw Bruno Fernandes pick up the ball. You saw 2 things. The first one being Bruno Fernandes pick up the ball. I mean, I love Bruno, and he can't do many things wrong. But sometimes, and really today, this is debatably his worst performance in a United jersey. He just picks up the ball and just spams it against the shins of every single Brentford midfielder. Like, every single Brentford midfielder, he just goes, I want to take out that guy's shin guards. How strong are that guy's shins? pings it right to his shins. Next guy pings it right to his shins. Next guy pings it right to his shins. Everything's just getting snuffed out, and Bruno just keeps spamming the same passes again and again and again and again and again. And guys, I could say again for the next 30 minutes here, and it would even fully do it justice. So it was either that, it was either Bruno doing that, or Mateus Cunha, God bless his soul, drops into this bank of five that United have at the halfway line, picks up the ball, and then just has to play dribble simulator. You know, he just has to try and run by 8 different Brentford midfielders. I mean, you could throw in fans at this point. He's not getting by all of them. And, you know, and then he loses the ball, and then Brentford will eventually lose it. Congratulations. I just saved you the whole entire second half worth of watching, because those two things were all that happened. And United get a penalty. It's a mute point right now, but how is that not a red card on Nathan Collins? I mean, he literally drags down Brian Mbeumo, and you know, apparently VAR was saying, oh, it's because Mbeumo didn't have control of the ball. Yeah, he couldn't, because Nathan Collins, or Ben Collins, whatever the heck his name is, was dragging him down. Make that make sense, please. Anyway, doesn't matter, because Fernandes steps up with probably the lowest confidence I've ever seen him take a penalty, and just kicks it. At this point, should have just kicked it straight at Kelleher. That's just actually kind of what he did. Kelleher makes the easiest penalty save of his life. And then, yeah, that's pretty much the end. You know, 90 whatever minute, Matthias Jensen gets a goal. It just shoots it straight through the hands of Altay Bayindir at this point. And guys, it just gets to a point. You know what I mean, guys? It just gets to a point. Kevin Sade, Keith Andrews. Anyway, I have a lot going on today, so it's going to be a shorter video. I won't be able to film a video from when United plays Sunderland next week. Fortunately, actually, you know, that's really is a blessing that I won't be able to film that video. But I'll be here after the international break, you know, when a sport really gets back into gear. But guys, I hope to come at you all in a couple weeks with a revitalized energy, in a good mood. But I just can't right now, guys. I just can't. But that'll be all from me, and I'll talk to you all soon. God bless.